It was that blew my mind. People throwing infinite nades. So
Yeah, I knew something was wrong. Then when they continued to say that the game was live, I was I don't know. I assumed that maybe they only threw 5. I was like, oh, did I just miscount, or is there
yeah,
nothing wrong?
I was confused. That was a little weird. But look at that, Spangler is on top of that. What league have you ever gotten that kind of support in? You have a problem while your game is live. You just type in game and you're like, oh, there's a problem here. Boom, done. 30 seconds later.
Spangler's in it.
Spangler is in it at all times. What league is going to do that for you besides CEVO, guys? Nobody. Only CEVO. Remember that forever. But this is going to be your first round. This is going to be live. Not Forever Nades is going on now. And CompLexity is going to be on your T side still. Reliable going to be back on your CT side. And it looks like CompLexity is going to be doing a slow strat, trying to work up that banana, and just kind of hanging out there, trying to work their way in, maybe get a little bit of aggressive play from Reliable Gaming. They're trying to work out mid right now. What is Daps doing? Daps is just, what? Did he really not see the player coming out of Boiler? Because he was just shooting towards mid. That was interesting, because that player in Boiler was all the way out. Did you see that?
There might have been a smoke that your game didn't render, because there was a smoke on my screen. I'm pretty sure, or maybe I just missed it. I think that's what happened there.
And it looks like Reliable gets 2 opening kills, though. That's Semphis and Swag both go down for them. And then, ooh, Sean Garris gets a nice pick right there. He tries to work his way up, gets 1, gets traded out. And who was that? That was Statutory Ape that just took him down after Emo just went down also. And then on the flank right there, last one, that's Hiko, who just absolutely got ripped by Daps. Got the flank on him, but Daps did the 180 face rip on him and wins the first round. So Reliable Gaming is up 1-0.
Hiko definitely had his, had a chance. If he just took his time there, I know for a fact he very easily could have racked up that kill. I think he just, kind of had a momentary freak out, but I don't anticipate that being the kind of the theme of this game. I think they're going to tighten it up, very well. And, Sean Garris looked really good that round. They got into the site, but weren't really able to secure it. Didn't get the bomb down, I don't think, right?
No, they were not able to get that down.
Right, so yeah, I don't know. That's not exactly what CompLexity is looking for, but I'm sure Reliable Gaming is, absolutely going crazy in their team speak.
They did a good first round there. CompLexity would have been a lot happier if they were able to get that bomb down, but they were not able to. So your gun advantage is going to be going to the Canadians right now, or the Canadian team, I should say. And nothing opens up the round there with a nice frag right there. Takes down Statutory Ape. Daps goes down to Sean Garris. So McNutty is playing in the pit, trying to work that spot, gets 1. Trying to get some more. They're going to be pushing him. No, they're not completely pushing it. They smoked him, and then they're going to be coming out of apartments also. It looks like Semphis is going to go on the side, try and get a gunfight. McNutty gets another one, switched to his pistol. Going to try and get another one. He's very, very low right now and gets dropped. Semphis takes him down, Sean Garris. Sean Garris also gets a kill. So Glorens is going to be your last remaining CT. Gets 1 kill with the FAMAS. He's going to peek into the site, try and get some more. Sees 1. Keeps going. He's going to get that one. Oh my gosh. 1v1 right now. And Glores versus Semphis. And he hits it. Wow. 1v3 clutch. Glorin takes it home. Wow. Reliable Gaming almost got eco though. But they get the second round.
That's literally as close as a round can go in either direction. If he diffused it as it was, lighting up white, that would have been, I might have just, passed out on the spot. But, even though it didn't go the terrorist way, they had a great round. They took a lot of guns out of the counter-terrorist hands. 2 of them have $0, one has 50, and neither of them have more than 1,300. So now one's down to 700. So, they're not in a great shape financially. If CompLexity can use their guns to their advantage this round and get a win, I wouldn't be surprised if they could chain a few together.
That was an extremely impressive clutch there, 1v3. One of those players had a gun, and he ended up with only having 1 HP. So very close right there. But he ended up getting it. So Reliable Gaming is going to be lagging back a little bit as they were still having to buy. Oh, nothing with a nice shot, though. Took a little bit of damage there, 13 on the round. But they fire the entrance into B, not completely on the stairs. So only 1 player left. That was going to be Glorin, who just clutched that last round. They fought their way into B right there. CompLexity earned it. They picked up 2, getting 2 entry kills without losing a single player. Going to get the bomb down. Oh, attempted to get the bomb down. Stopped for a second for some reason. I believe let the button flip. So McNutty is going to be fighting, and I do believe who's that over on his other side. Oh, this is Daps. Daps right there is just going to be hunting Hiko. Hiko trying to lurk on the flank. Oh, nice lurk from Hiko as he's able to pick up Daps through the apartment balcony, and the other CTs are all the way back into A saving right now. And it looks like you're going to have your team CompLexity pushing their way up onto Reliable Gaming here. McNutty's going to catch one. McNutty's going to catch two, actually. So only one more player really close to him. That's going to be Hiko. And I do believe Statutory Ape is going to be watching for him right there. And maybe Statutory Ape's going to get the peek right there. He did see him. Statutory Ape gets the shot off. So McNutty and Statutory Ape very close to saving. They do save their guns. And that's going to be the first round for CompLexity, as Reliable is still up by 1 round, 2-1 though.
That was a strong, side take right there. Sean Garrett did a great job using that wall to his advantage and crouching under it. I'm not sure how I feel about the hunt afterwards. I mean, they knew they had 5 players alive. They almost all had rifles. And, they kind of just started to throw them away. I mean, maybe you start pushing the Galils and hold back the AKs, but they lost a lot of money at the end of that round. I think unnecessarily. Once their first efforts came up short, I think they should have just cut their losses and run away. But, still, a round win's a round win. Their entire team has plenty of money. Actually, I wouldn't say plenty of money, but they are all completely bought up. For the most part, yeah. I mean, all have head armor. I see nades on most of the players. So, yeah, I mean,
yes.
All things considered, not terrible for CompLexity.
CompLexity is looking to be in good shape here as we're into your round 4. We already have 3 in the books here. As you can see, McNutty's got a silenced weapon, and Statutory Ape is rocking the FAMAS. And 3 pistols otherwise. 2 sets of head armor and 2 kits, though. I do believe the kits are spread out between sites. Yes, they're spread out between the sites, which is good. It's going to help them if they're able to pick some off right here. Wow, Swag with that peek on arch side just smoked for it. Statutory Ape pops up by the truck in pit, trying to get a FAMAS kill off. Swag's about to go down. No, Swag does not go down. He is able to get gaps down. So a Statutory Ape trying to play from the pit and get some kills here. He's going to get dropped on from Hiko. So McNutty and Emote are going to be remaining 2 counter-terrorists, and it looks like Nothing is on the lurk right there. Nothing trying to get some kills off. He's going to be fighting. He's very low. McNutty and Nothing are very low right there. McNutty trying to run away.
Man.
He gets caught as Semphis is able to take down Emote. So CompLexity with 2 rounds in the bag. We are all tied up now.
I give CompLexity a lot of credit for being constantly dangerous. Even no matter what situation they're in, there's, you kind of always have that CompLexity shadow of a doubt. I mean, even that round, 3 of their players had 15 or less HP and had no problems peeking more counter-terrorists. They're confident enough in their play, even at low, HP, that they can put the shots together. And, Nothing was kind of just goofing around, peeking back and forth, on Banana, and was able to get a kill because of it. I really thought he was going to die, but held his ground and used their raw skill to their advantage.
And it looks like a CT push coming down Banana in the beginning of round 5 there. Got halted after they picked up 1 kill there. Sean Garris goes down. Now the rest of the CTs are going to be lurking there. Oh, wow. Semphis and Swag. Nice shots there. But there was 1 CT over at the A-bomb site who actually pushed down mid, was in a good position to get some frags there, and gets taken down. I do believe that was probably Daps over there. Last remaining CT by himself over in the B site. That's Statutory Ape. He's going to get lurked on right now. That's going to be your number 7 player. That's Nothing, just waiting behind the smoke, waiting for him to push through it. He's going to push through the smoke anyways. Statutory Ape's looking right at him, and the shot comes off from Nothing, who gets the kill and ends the round. So round 5 in the books. That score is now 3-2 in favor of CompLexity. Did you lose your mic there?
Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe. Did it? I was pressing my button as I was speaking. Did Nothing come through?
No, we missed it for a second. I saw you talking on the little mini picture, and I was like, oh, Mike.
Oh, sorry. No, I don't know what happened. That was just weird. But Reliable Gaming now has guns in their hands. They have a chance to kind of take this back. I mean, they got unlucky with that early eco. Actually, it was almost back-to-back ecos. But, they have guns in their hands. They can now make this happen. They are pretty much all in good shape with what they have. So, yeah, I mean, it's really just going to come down to whether they can beat the slow take from CompLexity and, whether they can just hit their shots, because the CompLexity side takes have been really great. And they haven't been rushed by CompLexity. They've just been, taking their time, finding an opening, and as soon as they find it, they just exploit it immediately.
Yes, they're doing a good job of playing like CompLexity should here. Very smart. They always come prepared here. They are not going to sleep on anybody. They want to win everything they can. And it looks like they're setting up for their traditional A-take here. Smoke's coming out. Semphis is going to work his way out mid. Statutory Ape's going to be looking for him. They know the execute's going to be coming. I do not know why they're not forcing the rotate yet. from one of the B players and leave one there. Still no rotate from B. A little bit slow on the uptake here. Still no rotate from B. This is very slow. So many flashes and nades. There is no way that they're not coming into A right now. They should at least be trying to support from their CT side, but Swag gets a kill. Still no rotate. Daps goes down, and here comes the rotate finally from the CTs over at B. But the terrorists do have complete control of the A bomb site. Only one CT left. That's going to be McNutty in the pit, and he gets smoked out pretty hard. And Swag is going to be putting the bomb down. So Glorin and E-Mode versus 5 CompLexity members on the rotate here. And wisely, it looks like they're just going to save their guns, which is the extreme smart thing to do here, if I'm right later.
Definitely. Taking a look at their money real quick, the 2 remaining players who are alive, Glorins and E-Mode, have $200 and $50 respectively, so not a lot of money floating around in the CT economy. Holding on to as many guns as possible is going to be super advantageous. And I just want to point out, I know that round you were kind of questioning why the CTs weren't rotating earlier, and I think the nades and the smokes, the flashes and the smokes that came out from CompLexity made it hard for Reliable Gaming to actually spot any of the terrorists. I don't think the terrorists were really spotted until they got into that engagement with the library player. So I don't really know if there was anything to call besides the fact that there are nades and one person is shooting his rifle. That isn't necessarily enough evidence to go off of. You kind of need some visible something, because if they rotate too early and the bomb was just sitting at B the entire time, then they'll just be kicking themselves.
Yes. And it looks like we're now into your 7th round here. CompLexity is up 4-2 though. They're running away with a few of these rounds, doing very, very good things here. And who do we have here? That is going to be moving up. That's going to be nothing. Looks like you're going to have nothing almost every round, working their way up the banana and just trying to hold it down for their team and trying to catch those rotates. It looks like the rest of the T's are going to work their way over into the banana right now. Also, Hiko throws a fake over at A, forces that early rotate from B because they rotated a little bit too slow. So this is going to give CompLexity a good shot to try and get into the B. And Semphis has worked his way all the way up mid into the arch side. Now they're going to be trying to execute on B. No, a fake onto B, leaving Semphis in mid, trying to see if he can catch a rotator over towards B. He hears some noise. He's going to be pushing his way up. Let's get on to Semphis real quick and watch what happens here. Actually, let's watch it from Dap's perspective as he's the player with the pistol. He's going to call that he hears people up arch side and see if the remaining CT over at B will rotate here. And it's not going to happen. McNutty to the site gets a kill. Hiko trades him out. Then Statutory Ape also gets one. Daps with a nice cleanup right there on Semphis. So the CTs are in a good position to try and grab some guns here and work their way over. Oh, the rotate from B is happening. They have no bomb. They have no bomb.
Yeah, there we go. He's going back.
Too late, though. He left the site. That's going to be nothing. You're going to see him first. Swag is very low. Nothing easily picks off E-Mode right there. And your remaining CTs are trying to grab guns over there. There should be a few as Hiko, Semphis, and Sean Guerra's dad over there, and it looks like they do pick up a few guns. And Glorin is going to be your last CT on the rotate. So your number 1, your number 4 player, Daps. Daps is just running in there all gun-ho with a pistol, trying to get some kills off. Bomb is going to be planted in your B. He shoots over directly over towards Nubbox. Gets some damage off. Nothing's very low. Nothing goes down. So now it is 1 versus 2. Swag, and Swag crushes it right there at the end of that. Catches Statutory Ape and Daps and secures the round win for his team, even though bomb was already planted and time was ticking down. But CompLexity is up now 5-2.
I really think that was Reliable Gaming's round to win, especially since CompLexity fell into their stack perfectly. I mean, I guess CompLexity thought they were stacking A because, really there was only one counter-terrorist over there. Used his nades effectively enough to get the, the terrorist there to rotate off, go back A, think that A is safe, and they just got caught. They got absolutely shut down. Had E-Mode not rotated out of B, I think he would easily could have held that. It's not his fault. He got the communications. He realized in time that the bomb wasn't down today and that they had nothing secured, but not in time to get back and stop the terrorists. So it was a good try by Reliable, a great eco as they got a lot of guns down from the terrorists, but it was definitely their round to win.
And we are now underway with your 8th round, and CompLexity is definitely got the power right now. I should say the momentum would be a better term for that. They're working their way back towards B. Extremely smart play here from CompLexity. Forcing nothing. Just working extremely hard to get these off. And Lauren answers, though. Get nothing down. Gets a second one through the smoke. Jumping through the smoke right here. I do not recommend trying to do that, even though you may be nothing Sempis and Sean Garris jumping through a smoke blind when another player is standing there just waiting for you. Even if they can aim decently well, they're probably going to win that exchange. Hiko answers with a kill on McNutty, though, over at the A site. They always got to be wary of that Hiko lurk. It looks like Hiko is lurking quite a bit. And Swag sees Daps in the pit and just sprays through the truck and gets it down. So Swag is going to be able to get the plan off. And a good lurk/fake from Swag and Hiko over into the A site. They got the bomb there. Rotate is happening. One coming down Banana up through mid. Your other two are coming from your arch side and library. We're going to be watching E-mode as flashes, perfectly timed. Nice, slow flashes working their way out. 2 versus 3. CompLexity wants to try and clutch this round. Swag gets a kill off and then gets taken down. One player left. That's Hiko in the pit. Now they got to get on this bomb as quick as possible. Statutory Ape has got a kit. He's going to be able to walk away with this. So Reliable Gaming picks up an all-important third round on CT side. Score is still 5-3 in favor of CompLexity, though.
Yeah, looks like they are, Reliable Gaming is kind of now on track. They had a great hold at B that round to kill the rushing terrorists who, not so smartly pushed through smoke. I mean, if you're confident enough in your gameplay that you could do that, I guess it's not a terrible plan, but, when you get just sprayed down, you don't make any progress. It's not really a good look, but I give CompLexity a lot of credit for staying, adaptable and malleable. They realized they got shut down at B, and they were still able to get the bomb down today, despite having 3 of their members go down in one firefight.
Oh, Swag just works his way up into B and single-handedly takes down 2 entries right there to get his way into B. McNutty's the last one there, and McNutty gets smoked. Daps got a kill, though. Nothing takes down McNutty. So into the B bomb site already. They're going to plant, but it is a 3 versus 2. Nothing working his way back down Banana to try and support his team. But both CTs look like they're going to rotate through CT spawn and try and come from there. One is already into the construction. That's Statutory Ape. Daps on the slow rotate. Bomb is planted B. Timer's ticking down. Daps trying to work his way around. That player, your number 7 player, who is that that's pushing? Is that Nothing? Nothing is all the way down at T-spawn right now. Now he's running back up Banana to try and support his team. It looks like Sean Garris just picked off Statutory Ape. Daps is going to be on a lurk right now, trying to get a kill here, and he cannot make it happen. And Sean Garris cleans him up. So CompLexity with 6 rounds to Reliable's 3, and my dog is saying hi. Sorry for that, everyone.
I thought that was on my end. I was looking around my room trying to figure out what was going on.
No,
but Reliable Gaming, Reliable Gaming was in a weird spot that round where they really didn't have the money to, they couldn't afford to lose that round, but they also couldn't afford to save. 2 rifles really isn't enough to win a round against CompLexity. So they had an opportunity, 2 against 3, despite the fact that Jordan was far away. They had to take it. It didn't pan out. And they're back to saving. I think this is going to be, a huge opportunity for CompLexity to, they've essentially regained the momentum, but really, really damage Reliable Gaming with the momentum.
And it looks like we are back into your 10th round now. Oh, wow. Semphis with a nice shot right there. Strafe shot out on Daps and smokes him. Interesting flash from Swag. I don't know if you caught that. The backwards flash there into the arch. Statutory Ape gets a kill, and Nothing gets one on Glorin. So Statutory Ape and E-mode, last CT's remaining bomb is going to be planted A, and 1 is going to be in there. Oh, wow, E-mode just gets smoked from Hiko, and Sean Garris team up on that one. So now you have your CompLexity team pushing extremely hard, trying to catch Statutory Ape, and Hiko ends up getting the kill there, as 2 of his teammates were very close. But 10 rounds in the books, CompLexity is up 7-3.
CompLexity is definitely now has a sense of confidence. I'm pretty sure they had that sense of confidence, in the beginning, but now they're really showing it. I mean, they had I think 4 or 5 players up after the bomb planet, and they knew where the last counter-terrorist was, but they literally threw all of their guys at that hunt. And I guess it's good. You do want to take the guns out of the counter-terrorist hands, but once again, just like in the first few rounds, one of their hunts didn't pay off exactly. And how many times are you going to attempt that? If you do it too many times, it's clear that they're going to be hunting. It didn't work out the first time. They only got 1 kill, on their second hunt attempt. And, it very easily could have gone the other way. It's just high risk, and at this point, I feel like minimal reward. But, clearly to them, it's worth it. They're hunting down. They don't want counter-terrorists to have any guns. And, clearly the strategy is working because they're doing a great job of shutting down Reliable CA.
And it looks like Reliable was able to try and semi-thwart a Complexity push there coming out of apartments and boiler room. It looks like a couple of them faded back off down to the banana. I don't know if that was designed to be that way or if Reliable was just able to counter well enough to prevent Complexity from wanting to go in there. As you talked about, that risk versus reward, Complexity is very large on that risk versus reward, and they might have caught enough flashes and smokes in the face that they started to think about it a little bit, that the risk was a little too much. But they are going to go back to it. They're committing to it. Gotta check the pit, man. McNutty smokes nothing from the side. What is it? Buy a kit and check the pit. People need to
I'm pretty sure that's what we came up with.
Oh, wow, McNutty once again in the pit gets a nice kill off right there. Hiko needs to catch him, and Hiko finally does. As Sempis went down, Hiko goes down out of the apartment. Sean Garris and Swag left remaining. As Sean Garris gets one, Daps just hiding in sight very low. Emo tries to flank around, can't get it. Sean Garris absolutely on a roll right now with 3 kills on the round. They get the bomb planted. Complexity has it down in A. 1 C2 remaining. That's Glorin. We're going to take it from his perspective as he's working 1 versus 2 against Swag and Sean Garris, trying to make his way in there. He does not have a kit, but he's got body armor, which is not going to help defuse, but he does have body armor. So it doesn't go down there. Glorin gets a kill on Sean Garris. Tries to step up and get an AK because he's out of ammo, but Swag answers quickly and gets a kill, securing an 8th round for Team Complexity. Scores now 8-3 in favor of them.
Last time Reliable Gaming saved, they won their last eco by getting Complexity to fall into their stack. They had 4 players stacked at A, 1 player stacked at B, and the play worked. Usually Complexity likes to do this, their strat where they get to send nothing B, and he'll prod around, and even if the team's going to take A, he'll stay there. He'll make sure the counter-terrorists stay there as well, because he's just a presence. So if they can use that as on the CT side, throw flashes over the house, use smokes to not even let them get any traction into B, they can force Complexity to A where they're stacking 4 players. So, I think they could get a little more in-depth with their ecoing strategy, but, really, it's hard to eco, arguably the most talented team, especially when they have rifles. All rifles.
And Sean Garris right off that was Semphis. Wow, got 3 on the round now. We saw the first one and the third one, actually. So Sean Garris, wow, I keep doing that. It's Semphis, excuse me, getting up. Semphis goes for another one, but he can't emote. Wow, caught him from the side as he was pushing through Arch. So he's going to be standing there with the AK. Glorin and him. Maybe they're going to try and steal this gun from Nothing here, but Nothing steps out and smokes emote. So that gun is down now. Glorin's going to be pushing. Glorin can't make it happen. Nothing catches him. Wow, the confidence these guys have in their ability to 1v3, 1v2, and just lurk is something else.
Absolutely, and that round, the counter-terrorists didn't really run the stack I was talking about, but Nothing basically did the same thing he does every round. He's just a presence. He makes himself known, and he makes the counter-terrorists scared of him. They're not necessarily, always, scared of, being killed by him, but just his presence keeps the counter-terrorists there because they know he can make plays. Just like he just did, not even worried, taking down 2 counter-terrorists while the bomb was planted in A.
And we are now into your 13th round here, and Complexity is up 9-3. So they're running away with it as half. They are on T side, remember that. So this is extremely good looking for them going into their CT half here. We're in round 13 of 15 for this half, so they're poised to definitely run away with quite a few rounds here, at least to try and clean up with 11 rounds and go into the next half, definitely dominating. McNutty's trying to answer though, gets a shot off. Hiko trades him. Glorin gets nothing down on a push attempt, so they're going to try and work up into B on the flank right there. Statutory Ames is going to try and get Hiko, but he cannot. Hiko ends up catching him, sleeping on that one. And here comes the T's working their way up into B. Behind the new box right now is your number 6 player, or number 5 player. That's Emode. And then over there, actually Emode is your number 5, who's going to be over in Garden. And then your number 3 player, which is Glorin, is going to be behind new box. On the flank right now is your number 1 player up Dap. Oh wow, Swag just bum rushes way in there, takes down Glorin. Emode goes down. Now here comes the fake right here, or the flank, I should say. Daps on it, but Semphis was ready for it and catches him. So Complexity picks up a 10th round. Score is now 10-3.
Reliable Gaming actually stratted that round really well. I mean, it was just about as good as their that other eco strat that I was talking about before, except this time was with guns. They played, I think, like 2 players in CT spawn, 2 players in B, and 1 a day, which is kind of ballsy, excuse me. But, you know, clearly they read CompLexity well. They were able to, you know, catch the players that were coming through Arch. They were able to help defend the site as much as possible from CT. They were a quick rotate. But unfortunately, just CompLexity is just too strong individually. They were able to just outshoot Reliable Gaming when they needed to.
Wow. And showing that individual shooting skill once again, that was Swag who caught Statutory Ape as Hiko also got a kill there. So Dab's down and Statutory Ape. Glorin just got smoked right there. That was Semphis. Hiko also making a good bid for some nice kills there. Evo pushes last one left, coming down middle from the Arch, and he gets taken out. Swag. So CompLexity picks up an 11th round. So we are into the final round of the half here, and Reliable needs this very, very badly.
They do need it very badly. 11 or even 12 rounds to pick up on T side is a lot. And I'm not sure if they'll be able to really hold it down this round. I see 3 FAMASs on their team. They haven't been doing real well monetarily. I don't think I see any kits on their team. So, you know, I mean, it is the last round. They got to buy out. But, you know, I would like to have seen them in a better financial position at this point in the game.
You always have to be looking forward towards the end of the match when you're trying to lose rounds here, but they weren't able to. I do believe they tried to steal it and run away with 2 instead of playing the safety play and get 1 at least. And CompLexity is tearing it up right now. 3 CTs, or 2 CTs remaining, excuse me. I was looking at that decoy over there in B. Thought that was a flare. But McNutty and Glorin left alive. McNutty's down in the pit right there. They got to clear that out and get him. Glorin gets a kill. McNutty also gets a kill. They definitely have a bid to try and get this, but Hiko trades him out. Hiko gets taken down by Glorin. Glorin's got to fight Nothing 1 versus 1 here. So Glorin trying to work his way in. Nothing is completely blind, though. Nothing turns around. Glorin's going to be pushing. They're both there. And Nothing with the strafe out 1 tap. Man. Wow, that shot was nuts. And he gets the final kill of the first half there. So CompLexity wins first half 12-3 and sets themselves in very, very good position to win out through second half.
Definitely. For a second there, I thought Glorin's was going to channel his inner clutcher and 1v3 again, or 1v2, or I'm pretty sure it was a 1v2. But, you know, Nothing stays too strong. You know, despite being flash, he's able to, you know, fall back, get to safety. He knew that Glorin's would be, you know, right up on him. He knew he was pinned in a corner, and he had to make a move. He pops out, hits that beautiful shot, taking down Glorin, securing the half for his team. 12-3 is a considerable lead for CompLexity.
Oh, and the initial round starts off CompLexity looking very good. McNutty and Glorin left. McNutty just goes down from Sean Garris playing the spools in B. 1T left. He's going to be fighting for his life. That's Glorin. He's going to be getting out of there. He knows A should be relatively open as all 3 CTs are just going to be camping over there at B. Now they know something's wrong. He's not coming anymore. So Glorin's going to get the bomb down. This should give them a good chance to try and get some guns going here, because it looks like CompLexity is going to be in a prime position to win this round, as 3 of them are alive. They have no kit, though, so if Glorin is able to get a couple kills here, CompLexity is very, very low. Their players are extremely close to being dead. I don't know how Sean Garris didn't go down right there, but he cleans up Sean Garris with the headshot on Glorin. So here comes the defuse, not killing each other. That is a little mean there. Hiko finally gets the final kill, gets on the bomb for the defuse. So this round is going to go to CompLexity. Opening round is theirs. That's CompLexity 13, Reliable Gaming Canada with 3.
Yeah, that round, Reliable Gaming really just absolutely walked right into the meat grinder. The counter-terrorists that were stacked up in the B area were not having any of it. Molotov blocked off the lane, and then pistols to follow up, cleaning up all the kills. I give Glorin's a lot of credit for being able to fall back and kind of make a play happen. He got the bomb down, which, you know, isn't terrible. I mean, he made the most of the situation, but I'm not sure how I feel about Daps and Statutory Ape each picking up a rifle this round when their teammates don't. They seem to... Actually, no, that can't... Not really sure if I can justify that. I think at this point they have to make some kind of play, so they're making the stand as early as possible.
And Semphis making something happen early in the round. Wow, but look at the amount of damage taken. Nothing is going to drop down and get a kill there. McNutty and Statutory Ape extremely low. They're going to work their way into B. They are able to get another plant, so that's 2 plants in a row right there for your T side. They have guns, McNutty and Statutory Ape very low, but they're facing Sean Garris and Nothing himself, and he has quite a bit of life left. Actually, both would do. Nothing gets caught from behind, though, on the fake defuse there. So Sean Garris by himself. Sean Garris is going to try and work out. There's 1 at Noob Box, 1 in Garden. He's got to try and get this. He got Statutory Ape. he definitely has to put on his running shoes and get there as quick as possible. Pulls out his gun, McNutty peeks him, can't get on the bomb in time, so he's going to get the final kill and then run out of there. So Reliable Gaming not dead yet, got a little life left in him. They pick up a 4th round, but CompLexity is up.
They did a good job picking up an eco of their own, and clearly, I misunderstood the value of having 2 rifles, in that round. I don't know. I thought they would save up where they could, buy as a team on this round, when I thought it would be 14-3. But no, I mean, they used them very effectively. They took a lot of damage that round, but their rifles were able to stay alive. They never got taken down. And because of that, they were able to just keep pushing after their, teammates with pistols were able to, pave a way for them.
And it looks like you have your CompLexity team on a little bit of push there, getting some kills. Hiko gets one, and that's Sean Garris getting another one. Glorin answers with 2, though, taking down Hiko and Semphis. So McNutty's down, Statutory Ape is down. It is 3 versus 3. Nothing does have a deagle, and Sean Garris just picked up an AK right there. Swag also has a pistol. Look at the stack right there from Swag. Swag's in a prime position. Yes, Emo doesn't see him. He goes for it. Boom, gets Emo. Drops down, trying to get another one. Can't make it happen. Glorin takes him down. So, but it is even now. 2 versus 2. Nothing with that eagle. Sean Guerra's rocking that AK. So Daps and Glorin get the bomb planted in A at least. No kits on the other side, though, so they really need to get this going extremely fast here. One player in the pit. Daps is going to be able to catch. Sean Guerra's not looking for him, but nothing. Takes the eagle shot, jumps and tries to get another one. But Glorin was ready for it. Got to check that pit, guys. But Reliable has a 5th round now. CompLexity up 13-5 still, though.
They're definitely looking a lot better. CompLexity took a lot of money out of the terrorists' hands that round. It looks like some of their players can't even fully rebuy. I think we're only going to be seeing 2 rifles on this round, similar to that. Sorry, 3, 4 rifles. Okay, so they're slightly better than I thought they would be. But still, they're not in the perfect financial situation. One of their players has a P250 and only a smoke, so not a lot of firepower. But luckily for them, CompLexity is also on a save. They got ecoed that first round, or after that first round, and that didn't do good things for their economy.
We are in your 19th round. Opening it up, though, is E-Mode with a nice kill on Sean Garris there. And CompLexity is going to be stacking that B side. They get a kill. That's Semphis who got that opening one. Lauren goes and takes him down on the trade, though. Hiko's still waiting. Hiko gets one. Hiko's trying to get another one. He does get another one. Going for 3. Can't make it happen. And just absolutely lurking in Emo right now is, who is that? That's Swag.
Swag.
Oh, Swag lurks that. Lurked it so hard. He's going to get dapped from the side right there. And he does.
Man.
Wow, CompLexity picks up their 14th round. And Swag just lurked in Emo for days, as it looked like they were almost trying to Iron Man that a little bit there, because they all peeked one by one, let each other die, and then Swag just sits back, kind of does nothing. But they walk away with a 14th round, so they're up 14-5.
Yeah, clearly it was effective. Clearly it was effective is how I would pronounce it if I wasn't mumbling. But, I kind of like what CompLexity is doing. The past few rounds, they've been really using the verticality to their advantage, boosting players up in, maybe not, they're not bad positions, but they're definitely uncommon. They're definitely kind of one-and-out positions, but they've been using them very effectively, even on the rounds that they didn't win, like where Swag was boosted in the A site.
And Reliable doing all they can here to try and force a couple more rounds in their favor, get this extremely close, get some kills off. Statutory Ape and E-Mode are both down. Pico just runs into the site and gets taken out by Glorin right there. It looks like Swag is going to be very close, so he's going to catch this nade relatively well. Goes down to 87, so he's going to be the last CT left versus 3 Ts. This is going to be a big clutch situation for him. Glorin sees him through that and runs out of there. So Swag still just kind of sitting there over by that smoke in Arch side, just working his way around. He's going to run out now. He's going to save his gun and get away. So this round, yeah, no, he's going to fake it and go back for it. So he just took down Dap. He's going to geek out and try and get Glorin, but Glorin takes him down. So Reliable Gaming Canada now has a 6th round in their pocket to CompLexity's 14.
Yeah, they're not looking so bad right now. They're really gaining traction pretty much everywhere they go. I mean, I think that A has clearly been working out better for them than the B site has. I think B site just allows CompLexity to rely too heavily on their aim and their kind of loose individualistic play. So I think A is the right site for them. Working as some kind of split or wrapping is definitely what I would recommend for them at this point if they want to keep this this comeback going.
And yes, I did say Canada. I'm sticking with it there. I keep rotating. One time I say Canada, the next time I'll say Canada. Oh, and nothing! Nothing gets a kill right there. Glorin trades him out, though. The Canadians are doing well for themselves, trying to score some more rounds. But up in Canada, I do not believe Reliable is going to be able to take enough back here from CompLexity. I used that way too many times right there. I feel bad for doing that now. But we are into your 21st round here. Nice kill there from Semphis. Taking down Glorin, trying to push his way up out of the boiler room. So the Canadian teams, they just lost a player actually, are going to be moving their way into the B bomb site. Bomb is going to be right there, but there are two CTs stacked up and ready for it. They're both going to be ready to go up out of the construction as the rotate is on now. Statutory Abe's going to be looking for it. Throws some smokes off, gets a shot on his teammate. Oh, wow. Going down, that's Semphis getting a kill on McNutty right there. Statutory Ape gets answers, taking out Swag. Semphis is very close. Emode is waiting. Emode knows that CTs are right around the corner. He knows one's there. He gets one as Sean Garris takes out Statutory Ape. Emode gets Sean Garris down. Then Hiko is able to clean him up. So CompLexity takes home their 15th round. So that's a tie guaranteed for CompLexity there, as Reliable Gaming Canada only has 6 on the half, or on the game.
Even though Reliable Gaming won, what was it, 3 rounds in a row, I think? Or actually, no, it wasn't exactly 3 rounds in a row. Oh, it's because that's what happened. They did the whole the win-lose-win situation. Sorry, I totally misinterpreted what happened. You know, what happens in Counter-Strike when you win a bunch of straight rounds is the other team starts to accrue bonus money. And so that's, you know, how this half started for RGCA. They started winning, but as soon as they started winning, they, you know, once again got shut down and lost. So they they lost all of the bonus money that they had initially started accruing. And because of that, on the last round, they really aren't in great shape financially.
And Semphis opened up with 2 here. This is do or die for Reliable. They got to clean up and get the end of this game. Get this round under, wow, into their hands. He's falling apart here. Sean Garris just gets killed. So only 1 remaining terrorist. That's McNutty by himself versus 4 CompLexity members. So Sean Garris jumping around in mid, trying to get the shot up. Gunfight happens, and McNutty comes out on top of that one. And then nade from Swag blows up nothing. Some help there from Statutory, and that was horrible. But it looks like Hiko and Swag are ready to try and take this home, and McNutty's going to try and smoke that mid and try and get out to Banana possibly. Nope, he's just going to wait around and see if he can get a push here. Doesn't really know where the 2 CTs are. And 1 CT is going to be rotating over back to B now, right as he starts to do it. But he throws a fake. Swag is just going to stick on A, though, and Hiko will stick over at B. They will split it up. They're definitely comfortable enough in a one-on-one situation to outshoot somebody. So they're going to stick at their respective sites by themselves. Unless they see him and gunfight ensues, they will not rotate until he's spotted. And he's moving his way.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Swag's silencer actually pokes through that wall, and I wouldn't be surprised if, oh, I guess it doesn't really matter. McNutty may or may not have spotted it, but Swag takes him down. CompLexity with a convincing 16-6 victory over Reliable Gaming.CA.
And I just popped on a quick commercial as that game ends right there. But that is it, guys. CompLexity takes it home over Reliable Gaming Canada, I should say. That's what that is. Let's